Gerald Lucas here with another installment of Ask Gerald, where you get your real estate questions answered. Today's question comes from Jessica, and Jessica writes from East Brunswick, New Jersey. And Jessica writes, I keep reading about the problem of housing affordability. How do you think we could really make housing more affordable? Well, that's a good question, Jessica. I'm going to give you three suggestions, three ways that we could make housing more affordable in the United States. The first suggestion or way is through more what's called middle housing. And middle housing is composed of housing, multi-unit housing that's a little denser than single-family homes. So, for example, an example of middle housing would be a duplex or a triplex or a fourplex or a townhouse, often built in areas where that are zoned for single-family homes. And one of the main reasons why we've got a housing affordability problem is because the price of land is very high. So having denser housing, having this middle housing, would provide more inventory and would make things more affordable. And what middle housing does is it fills in the gap between single-family homes and larger high-rise apartment buildings, and just basically gives people more options and more diverse options in terms of where to live. Second suggestion or way to make housing more affordable is through modular construction. And modular construction is basically an off-site construction process where property is prefabricated off-site in what are called modules, and then those modules are then transported to where the home is going to be put together. And the reason why modular construction may be a solution for housing affordability is that it reduces waste and it cuts the time to build significantly. In some cases, 50% or more, because foundations can be built simultaneously when buildings or property is being fabricated. So you're cutting the time associated with building, and it may be a solution for making housing more affordable. The third solution is lower priced market rate homes with smaller square footage, like micro housing, for example. So micro home tends to be smaller. So it's usually, say, 400 square feet or more. It can be built on a foundation or wheels. And again, it fulfills demand for housing for people who can't afford to pay, $1 million for a big single-family home. And what micro housing does is it allows you to live in a smaller space, which in some ways gets us back to the way things used to be. So in 1950, the median size of a home in the United States was 1,000 square feet. 70 years later, it's 2,500 square feet. So, and as the price of land has gone up, it makes more sense to build more densely and in smaller spaces. So thanks for your question, Jessica. For more real estate tips and information, visit my blog at geraldlucas.com. I'm Gerald Lucas, and I'll see you again soon.